Hi, welcome back to the next part of our tutorial to build a spaceship. Today I will make that here. It's a little bit complicated thing. This here, the down part, is principle this thing here, where the people go in the spaceship. So that means we can take here our lines and then make the rest. So we start here, add mesh plane, rotate x90, scale down. We only need one word, so we delete the other three words. X words. Get this one word, grabbing and extrude them to that point, that point, that point, and into the middle. So we take this whole thing, Shift D, duplicate, bring it to the side, rotate set 180, and plug it in. This here we can merge together at center, and so we have that form. This form we take complete to our picture from down of the ship. That is what we have there, and now we see what we can do with that. We must rotate that now that we don't destroy this high and down part. So we rotate that x 90 degrees. So we have that. We rotate x 180 degrees. So we have that. And then we take this whole thing and extrude it forward. So we get that. Bring it more in front. Where is our origin here? Y is the there. So we bring the origin to geometry. Good. We now see here that it isn't completely straight stuff. So we need here loops, one loop, two loops, three loops at each side. And we have here these three loops. So we can now bring them to that point where they should be. These two loops go down. These two loops go down too. So we have that. Now I must look, we have that here. Then we take this both one, bring them up, and a little to the X out. Okay. And here, this complete one, we dissolve. So we take here both and X, dissolve edge, then that is gone, and we have this place. So, and we can now give here two loops in, Control R to make loops, make two in, bring them a little more to the X, and bring them out. Good. That is all in all this this stuff of yeah, of our base mesh for that. We must give here more loops in. One more, then we scale set 0, so we have a straight line, must be under these values here. And another one, take it from there to there. So we can take here a loop. So, okay. And then we get this front part down because it is fat at the back and should be smaller at the front. So that means when we take this line here, they should be all to the y. So we scale y 0, then it's flattened, and now we push it to the back. Then we have that here. And that is what I want and what we want. So we can let that now like it is, or we give them here a similar look for that. I will do that. So we can here make it more similar. The look of the ship is then a little bit different from the original, but that isn't bad. That is good. We make our ship, not any ship. Good. That one is okay. But here we bring a little bit there. So that here can be a bit more there. So when you want, you can scale x0. So you have here straight line, scale x0, and you can make that with all. So we have absolutely straight lines there for the topology fans that we all have here. Every say, oh, your topology is bad. Oh, real? Good. So we done that. That is our base mesh for under our spaceship there. We can smooth that, but it isn't neatable because that should have a rough look there. So we can block them on side. Now I will make this huge things there. When you look what it is exactly, then you see it is rounded here, then surely open, then at the back where you can see it. Moment. I know there is some picture you can see that then there. That the back side is rounded, yeah. Here, the back is then rounded. And on the down part of them, here, it is rounded too, and then comes the other thing therein. So that means we need to start with a cube, add mesh cube, scale down, make it a larger one, so scale X. And now we need one that goes from here to here in this open, and from here to here is open, and here it should be round. So how we do that? We only can do that with a correctly modifier, and as in this case, the subdivision surface modifier that we take for that. I make them shortly unsee. So I click here and I don't see the effect of them. Okay. To get this, we must say them where you can bend this round stuff. I say from here, you can try to get there, and here must be the other loop then. Then you will try to bend that in this area. So we make it at the top. I must think from here to here and from there to there. Okay, so we give them here another loop and here another loop. Good. For the roundness later here, we need two more words to get that out. Then we can, let me think, I must see that again. That is rounded and there is nothing inside of it. Okay, so we can delete the rest there. Good. That means I can delete this birds here, X, delete birds, and this here too. So we got that. When we now take here on, you see he tries to round up that. Surely that is a little bit rough in the moment. When we take it higher and higher, you will see that will be better then. Good. We have that. Um, then we want to have the same from, I must think about it, from here to here. Okay, so we try that, and delete that. Then we get that. That is the similar on the other side. Good. And what we seen there here is round stuff. So that means we must pull out this face here to get more round look. So we got that. We have the holes in. That is all good. We can let it like it is. The only thing we need is an smooth on it. And we need an solidify to make the thickness there that is too small at the moment, and so we can handle there how thick that should be. We click here even thickness, so it's at all places the same. Um, Here that we don't see because the other thing comes out there, so that is okay to have it like that. You see we have here light shading arrows everywhere. They we can get off with the edge split modifier, and when we take them, that is gone completely. The problem is when you take an edge split modifier, you have the double of words that you had before. That is the problem by that. Good. You see here that makes the word count really high to take such, but for me that isn't important. Good. We have that. We make later here an instance with that. That is Shuri. So we look what we need here more coming out. So we have that thing here, and we need to get that out with something on it. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Good. In this case, I will apply that here. I must think what is the right, okay, here, apply, then the solidify apply. And now we have that here. And now we get this inner line to get out this part that we need for the next. So I mean that here, we can shift D and put it there. Then we take P to separate the selection. Now it is singular mesh. We don't need here the roundness, so because of that, we can scale X 0 to have a straight line. And then must look it has enough words or not. That is enough. Okay. we get from that a second copy because we need one ring and one thing that comes out. So set origin to geometry. Then we take this whole thing and extrude them out. So we see it here. Then we make them in front a little bit scale set that it comes more down like here is. And then the rest extrude should be more straight. So we rotate Y. So we get that. And we close that with F. So we have that. Then we scale that in the Y to get that a little. That isn't Y. Ah, here's changed. Okay. So that is Y. And scale Y is here. So we have there a better result for that. Then it is round at all the faces there. So because of that, we can bevel this part here. Control B and roll the middle mouse button. Then you have here the round looking effect. You can get a smooth on that. You see we have here a cut and there in front a cut. So we make that. We take here in the middle when we look from the top and cut in. So that means we make here a loop and there a loop and bring them near to because this loop isn't that much that it looks like. There's a small one. Good. Then we take these two lines here and the other one too and get them down. So extrude and pull them down to X. And we had another one here at the front. So we can take that line here and get them more with that slide. So space, search, edge, slide. Now we can move them through that object to this place maybe. Then we get another loop behind that. Should be not too thick. Then we mark that loop and extrude scale it too. So we get that same looking stuff like they have, but they haven't it here in front I see. So we must go here and close that other way. So that means we can take here this both and close them, close that both and that both. So we have closed that, all is fine. Here is an accident happened. I don't know what. Oh, so we must look at it. So I bring it here to see more. What happened there? This word isn't there where it should. Okay. Then we make it simple. We make it take a mirror modifier and all is good. So we get behind selection, we get here border selection, and delete then all this stuff here, X words, and then we can take here a modifier, mirror modifier, not in the X and the Y, and then we got that. We close that whole thing, and we can delete here this double faces that we don't need. That is that here. So experts. Now that is normal. We can bring out this, and this. Can to the clipping point. So that clips. Okay. Now we can take here the front and close that with F. Oh, sorry, we forgotten to get here one out to the clipping point, and now we can close it with F. Good. That is this thing that comes out of the ship. We can close it now down under. So before we need surely here a point. So we extrude the last point to the middle, to the clipping point, and then the rest, and then we can close it with that. Good. This line here, we can try to bevel, Control B, but I thought it. The problem is that that isn't one straight line, so we can't bevel them. We can try to merge them here and get one before away. So that means we take the last ones here and delete the words. And then we close that here manually. And then try to bevel. So we got that. Control B. Yeah. And then we roll the middle mouse. And we can say how round it should be. The only thing that I see here is that we have here no loops to control that. That is because that goes not through that, but for a little bevel is good. Good. So we have that thing here. Here's something wrong. So we take the edge split behind them, behind the other one. Yeah. Okay. So we can plug in that in the other one. Top view, bring it to the object. Here, jump to, and we can bring it in. Yeah, we can maybe scale it a little in the set. Bring it more up that it fits more. But here comes another one too. So for that, we need a little space there. Such like that. Okay. File, save. And we now look how that should look. This mystery thing here. Ah, okay. Here is it. It comes out there and has some edges in there. Okay. Mhm. Mm. Good. So we go back to our model here. We take that one here and we make extrude scale. Bring it down in the set. You can inbox it too, that is no problem. Then we extrude that out. And now we go in with some parts, especially the middle part. We go back to, and maybe here side part, and here side part. And then we have that ugly thing there. So we get them to geometry and pull it in. We will see them a little. So we have to get the rest plugged in. So we got that here. That is good for now. We can, I see that here isn't closed. Can try to close that. Have to close. Yeah, that's better. Good. So we have that one. The back is a little bit different from the front. And we see we have here later an oval thing in there that we must cut in and then plug the rest in. So the back pipes here, see it here, that is the round stuff. Here is the roundness that goes up, and it is a four corner thing that goes back to with a little roundness there. Okay, so we add mesh cube again, scale down, scale on the X, and we only need the inner part. So we can delete the front face, X, only faces. Then we get that. Um, but we make it other way. Back, extrude scale, and extrude again to bring them in. That should be done the same. When we take here a subdivision modifier on it and give them, must think about it short, we need also a solidifier. On that. No, that isn't that good like I thought. So make it another way. We should bevel these sides. For that we need an area to do that. So we make in here two loops. Scale set 0. Give them the area that he should round. And the same we make here in this direction. Scale Y. So in this area he should round up. So I can take here these edges and bevel them, Control B, and roll up the mouse. Then we got that. Good. You can surely do the same with the inner lines, but for me that now it's wishy-washy. We say that in Germany. That don't interest me. Because of that, I go back one time. I make before here a loop in so that I can drag out them and Control B then to bevel that with the other stuff together. So Control B, now roll, and we have that. When we give a smooth on it, we have that, and that is good for now. You can surely make that here perfect if you like to. You can position them behind, make that all wonderful, clear and clean, and what do I know? I don't do it, so I can live with that shit. Here, a little bit overdone. Okay, so grab it, position it. Good. Here the same. I don't know why he makes that so, but eagle. You can't search for any error and make a model in 2 weeks or so. You must say what you want and then it goes. Good. So that is good. And then we need to get a little roundness therein. For that, we only take here 3 or 4 loops, and then we get them a little bit more scaled. Only scale in the set, and here scale set, so that we get this stuff there. Good, so we have the little roundness there. It isn't much, but it is there. That is what we want. This one here, yeah, we must build. And this we put in our other part here, that is here. So we rotate, set 180 degrees, bring it into, look from side view. Then we can grab it in the middle, scale up like we could, and then we see we must make it a little bit scale set to get there a better result for that, and maybe scale Y a little, so that's the maximum we can try. Good, I must look, it comes out or it is under, okay, so it comes more there, such like that. Okay, so because of that, we can also close that here with F, like in the front too, that we have there better result. Here's for the air, that's good, like in the jet, but we close it. Good, that is that. Now we have to do this jet stream pipe there, that one here, simple one. Add mesh circle, rotate X 90, scale down, then edit mode, extrude, bring them up, scale down, extrude scale again, then extrude, bring it into, scale a little, and close with F. That was it. We get a smooth on it. We have the shading arrows there. That means we have to take that here and say that should be flattened. Then the shading arrows there gone. That is good for this part. So the inner part should also be flat. And then we have that. So all in all, that is good. We can maybe get it a little bit smaller. So when we take that ring and make it more to that, it is, yeah, a little bit longer. Good. We get that to our mesh here too. Grab, positioning the origin to the geometry, rotate set 90, rotate set 180, scale up, bring it into, and a little bit more in. So you can drag it from this back loop more into that it collides with the other stuff there. Okay, so we have that. That looks good. We can get that here a little bit deeper because here is space between. So we get them more into, and maybe that one a little bit up. Oh, not that one, that one. Yep. Okay, so we get that whole thing. That is good. Here comes this oval thing in, so we can make here the oval thing an UV sphere and scale them in the X. So we get that thing there, scale it a little thing, so that can be good. We must later cut here and hole in to get the real look. Top view, we delete what we don't need, background selection, word selection, and mark it and delete. So that is what we need to cut in later. Because of that, we can take here our ring, Shift D to duplicate, P to separate. Now we have here the ring its own, and with them we scale them a little greater than the original, so that we can cut in the hole there and then later plug them in. That looks then better. Good. Um, I think for today we can let that. Uh, yeah. Then I see you in the next tutorial. Bye.